Since the church's founding in 1902, there has been an enormous amount of pride exhibited by the families and parishioners of St. Benedict's Church. I continue to be amazed that in response to our community growth, our founding parishioners built 3 churches on this North Center site in the course of 15 years. My name is Father Bob Bevan. I'm pastor here at St. Benedict's Church. The first church was a smaller church that was on Levitt Road. The second church is now the present Ackerman Center and Social Center. Our present church with its bell tower was constructed in 1917 and has been a beacon of our Catholic faith in the North Center neighborhood ever since. In the course of the years, we have had some damage to our church. The present damage occurred about 1.5 years ago, when the limestone began to fall from the tower. We called the Ward Construction Company to take a look at the tower.
It was obvious that the scope of work was quite large. There was many limestone pieces that we could tell from a quick overview outside of the tower that were cracked and or missing. There was significant brick damage, mortar damage. Bricks were identified which ones they wanted to replace by the significance of the cracks in the brick, if they were actually going to fall out or could not survive 1 or 2 more winters. The most significant damage was in the top part of the tower and the part of the tower containing the bells. There's 8 windows in the top, and all those with a wooden base had been deteriorating and water penetration was coming through there. The east-facing clock had come off its anchorings probably almost a decade ago. It may have been due to a little shifting in the tower at that point. The scaffolding was put up in 3 separate phases. First stage of the scaffolding was for insurance purposes. We had to have a scaffold around the tower itself so that the architects could go up and scope out the amount of work and give us bids. It took 1 month to put the scaffolding and the 2 elevator lifts in place, reaching 14 stories, approximately 140 feet. The bell tower itself is approximately 155 feet. We had to do securing columns, by wiring them in and netting them in, the ones that were crumbling and the ones that looked crumbling. The last couple of winters before this were fairly severe in the freeze and thawing stages, which greatly escalated the deterioration of the tower. And there's no doubt about it that if it hadn't happened at this time, several more chunks of brick, of limestone and brick would have been falling down.
The Ward Construction Company has worked with the Archdiocese for many years and are also very knowledgeable with regard to the repair of towers and domes in churches in the Archdiocese.
I'm Roman Palmer. I'm with Ward Contracting. I'm the foreman on this job. Biggest job I've ever run for Ward Contracting. They built it 90 years ago, as opposed to the way they do things now. It's completely different. And with of course, the age and deterioration, you don't know what you're going to come across. Like, you take one stone out, how many stone are going to fall after that?
The mechanical parts of the clock had long stopped working. The background lighting had long stopped working also. The bells themselves were made especially for St. Benedict Parish in Germany. There's 6 bells, 2 large, 4 medium-sized bells. St. Benedict's image is on the biggest bell. We've replaced approximately 80 pieces of limestone at this part and hundreds of bricks.
The easiest way to do it would be literally tons of new limestone. Tons of new limestone. These columns here, each column is roughly around 800 pounds. Got it.
The bell tower has been a significant part of this community as it's been able to be seen for miles. The bells could be heard for miles. The clocks were lit and now will be again. So it will be for the next generation, and we can preserve this and keep this landmark alive for the next generation.
Our church's bell tower has been an identifying landmark in our neighborhood and has been witness to many events, joyful and sad. It stands proudly on Irving Park Road as a reminder that what we do is done for the honor and glory of God.